What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Ogre Boy, and I'm going to be joined by Big D, and we're going to be reviewing Muppets Haunted Mansion, which is a new holiday special that's on Disney Plus. It was released as a Halloween special, but I was planning on doing this video last month, and I just got so busy with my 31 Days of Horror and everything being on such a tight schedule, I never got around to watching it. So since I had already asked Big D if he wanted to do it, I thought we could go ahead and make up for it and do it now and everything. So before I get into my part, I'm going to let Big D do his, so take it away, Big D.
Hey everyone, this is the Big D here, Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews, and I'm proud to be a part of another collab with Ogre Boy 1992, and it's going to be on the recent Disney Plus Spooktacular special from last month in October, Muppets Haunted Mansion. Now I gotta say, this is really fun. I liked how the story goes when Gonzo and Pepe prepare themselves as they face the challenge of staying in a haunted mansion for just one night. And I gotta tell you, it really is a spooktacular experience. From what I've seen of this, I really like the performances we got from our Muppet performers. And of course, we got great cast that included Will Arnett as the host, and Yvette Nicole Brown, Darren Criss, Taraji P. Henson, and heck, even John Stamos. That was really something. We also had some others, including the late great Ed Asner, Alfonso Ribeiro, Danny Trejo. Oh wow, even Pat Sajak is one of the singing busts. Now that's something. Now, I will say that I really liked seeing how the Muppets appear in in their portrayals of the characters from the Haunted Mansion. I mean, well, I liked how everybody looked really creepy and what have you, but still good though. Kermit, Miss Piggy, Fozzie, and the Electric Mayhem, and just about everyone else we know from the Muppets were exceptionally really good. They gave on they put on some really good spooktacular performances. So in the end, I really think this was just a spooktacular experience that I think the whole family could enjoy. Your kids might enjoy it a whole lot more, but overall, it's just so much fun. And if you're a Muppets fan, I'd say give this one a try. It may be less than an hour, but it's still going to prove to be very funny. It's got some pretty good special guest stars and what have you. And again, it's not too bad of a spooktacular, fun special. The story's good, the characters are pretty good. Enough said about that. But in the end, I'd say check out Muppets Haunted Mansion. Halloween may be over with, but you could still enjoy it just for kicks. So anyway, thanks again for making me a part of another collab on a Muppet flick and all that stuff. Ogre Boy, thank you again. Until then, this is the Big D saying, see ya.
Thank you, Big D. It's always a pleasure having you on here, and so now I'm going to get into my review on it. I actually really enjoyed this one. I thought it was a lot of fun. Big D pretty much explained the plot good enough for us, so I'm not going to go into that again, but I really enjoyed it. I love that they made Gonzo and Pepe the main characters in this. I actually really enjoyed it more because of that, because I love Gonzo and everything, even though it would have been cool to have Rizzo being the sidekick again. I thought Pepe was really hilarious in here too, and this had some really funny moments in here, especially that scene when they're in the dark and the goat starts yelling and stuff. Just had me cracking up. Kind of reminded me of the goat in the Illumination version of the Grinch. I thought that was hilarious, and the ghost and the skeleton Muppets, I thought they looked really cool. The ones that would do the dun dun dun, and then the skeleton one would add 2 more duns. That was always cracked me up too. I thought that was absolutely hilarious, and I loved pretty much all the Muppet performers and voices and stuff, like always, except I'm still trying to get used to the new Kermit. I really just... I loved Steve Whitmore as Kermit, and Jim Henson. Both were so great as him. And this new guy, I don't think he's terrible. He just isn't like one of my favorite Kermits, Matt Vogel. I think he's... Or Vogel, I'm sorry. Not Vogel. That's from Superbad. Matt Vogel he's okay. I'm still trying to get used to his voice as Kermit, because he sounds like somebody that's trying to impersonate Kermit, if that makes sense. But hopefully as time goes on he'll get better as a character. But I thought all of them were good, and it was cool getting to see all the different Muppets that are in here, including, I think, Walter from Muppets Haunted Mansion, and the Muppets from 2011. I think he was in here too, which is awesome, because I love Walter. Even though he didn't have a whole lot to do, it was still cool getting to see him and everything. So I enjoyed this movie a lot, or special a lot. I wouldn't say it's a full-fledged movie, even though it's long enough to be considered feature length. And you got some awesome cameos from Danny Trejo and Alfonso Ribeiro, and the late Ed Asner. He's playing a ghost, which is really kind of eerie and weird, seeing that he just died a couple months ago and he's playing a ghost in this. I thought that was just a really weird coincidence, but it was awesome getting to see him one last time, and everything, and got the singing bus and stuff. All of them were pretty cool, especially Craig Robinson, who I just always have liked, Pat Sajak, and it was cool getting to see all the different cameos and stuff that were in here too. And I think that Taraji P. Henson as the bride was pretty good. I thought she was pretty good in here. I hadn't seen her in a while either. She's starting to look different to me. I think it's just because she's getting older, but she still looks really good, and it was cool seeing her in here. And Will Arnett, who plays the host, I really like him. I've always liked Will Arnett, so it's cool finally seeing him in something again. I hadn't seen him in anything in a long time. At least it was where he's in a live action form anyway. Seen him do voice movies where he's voicing stuff though. But all in all, I think that this was really enjoyable, and it's got a lot of fun and everything. A lot of the stuff you expect out of the Muppets in here, and it was absolutely hilarious. I think this might actually be the funniest Muppet thing I've seen in a really long time, which, to be honest, is the first Muppet thing I've really seen in a long time anyway. But it was just had me cracking up throughout the whole thing, and it was a lot of fun. And I actually enjoyed the Muppets Haunted Mansion more than the Haunted Mansion movie from Eddie Murphy. But yeah, so anyway, I'd say I'd give it a 8 out of 10. It's really enjoyable, and it's something that I'm looking forward to revisiting during the holidays, or during Halloween season and everything. So I'll probably revisit it again next year, but it's really entertaining. So anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of Muppets Haunted Mansion, and thank you, Big D, for joining me again. Like I said, it's always a pleasure having you on here, and maybe we can find another one to collab on at some point. And thank you, and have a good day, everybody.